Hey friends, Becky Edwards here, Purpose Driven Mentoring. I just want to jump on because this morning I got giddy when I realized it is a Monday and the first of the month at the very same day. And I was like, that just makes me happy and excited. I think it's the goal setter, productivity geek in me that's like, oh, brand new start. It feels like January 1st and it's July. That's kind of cool. So one of the YouTube guys that I follow, his name's Thomas Frank. He's a productivity expert, and he does lots of great tips about productivity and study habits and focus and all these good things, right? And he recently made a video about how to actually make the productivity tips work for you instead of just consuming all the information, right? And sometimes we tend to do that. We tend to read and watch and listen and, but what do we actually take action on? And as a faith-based mentor, that's one thing I really focus on, is helping move people to action. I want them to get results. Whether they are clients or students in one of my programs, I want them to move and take action and get results. So I loved his very first tip. I didn't even finish the video, honestly, because I was like, the first tip, yes, that is exactly what we do. And his very first tip was he gives himself a 30-day challenge, one at a time. He's like, the one I remember him mentioning was he wanted to become an avid reader. So he made a goal for the next 30 days, I'm going to read this much every day. And he tracked it. He had a little way of tracking. You can do that with a little chart on a piece of paper or in your journal or in your phone. There's apps for tracking habits, that kind of thing. And the point of it is to have a lot of focus on one habit so that by the end of the 30 days, it sort of becomes your new normal, which is pretty awesome. Sometimes we focus on like 10 goals at once and nothing becomes the new normal, right? You know what I'm talking about, right? So to uber focus in and dial in on one 30-day challenge, one goal that we're going to be very specific with, whether it's every day or every weekday or whatever it is. And I'm just gonna share that I was fasting and praying yesterday about a couple of things that I'm going through, and I was praying, what would you have me do, Heavenly Father? And I don't know if it was either as I was falling asleep last night or waking up this morning, but that's often when I get inspired answers. Can anybody relate? Tell me in the comments if you can relate to that. And I had two ideas come into my mind of exactly what I was, specific things in response to what I was asking for in my prayer and fasting. And they're both 30-day challenges. I didn't even think about it being Monday and the first of the month. That was like a bonus, cherry on top, bing. And so one of the ideas is I'm just gonna share what the ideas were because in case they resonate for you. One of the ideas was to have family devotional every night, no matter who's home. We're in a wonky stage of our lives right now where we have young adults and teens living at home and they have crazy schedules. Two of our boys work at Chick-fil-A. One he gets home around 10:30. The other one gets home around 12 or so. And then another boy is like traveling a ton. He's been in Brazil and now he's at a competition in Texas. And so we just keep skipping our family scripture time and prayer time. And I'm like, no. We need to be consistent no matter who's here. If somebody's on a date, we'll invite the date to be part of the family devotional if they want to be. So just to be consistent and start that 30-day challenge. So we're starting today. And guess what? The only people who are going to be home tonight is me and my husband. We're having family scriptures together. Doesn't matter. We're going to do it. The second one was to do a certain form of heaven journaling. And those of you who have followed me for very long, you know that I love heaven journaling. This is a journal that you can pick up that walks you through the process. There's also a free group called 30-Day Challenge Group of Heaven Journaling. You can watch the little video at the top of the page that teaches you the basics. It's called a Heaven Journaling Sandwich. I teach it to girls' camps and firesides and all that. And I have a paid group called Heaven Journaling 30-Day Program. If you're interested in any of that, give me a shout out and I'll send you a link. Anyway, I felt really inspired to do a more specific type of heaven journaling that's more open-ended and just to let Heavenly Father just talk to me. And I got out my recorder this morning and just said, what's your message to me today? It was really, really open-ended. And it just it just flowed. And I just recorded on my little phone the ideas that were popping, flowing into my mind from Heavenly Father. It was a really sweet experience. So my invitation for you guys is to consider, is there something that you want to make part of your new normal? Is there something you want to make a habit? Is there one of those, I call them domino habits, when if you could master this one thing, it helps other areas of your life line up and get in order and be better, right? For me, heaven journaling is that, hands down. It is that, because it invites in the spirit. It helps me just be grounded and connected to God every single day. Not that I'm perfect every single day, but most days, right? And it helps me to just be happier. It just helps my mindset, my emotions, all the parts of my life do better when I'm consistent at heaven journaling. But I'm not saying that's what it needs to be for you. Just think about it. Is there something that you could take a 30-day challenge for? And if you watch this after July 1st, no problem. You can start anytime you want. But just to tap into the concept that that's how you make use of this information that you're taking in. That's one of the best ways to make use of it, is to create a little window, a 30-day window, where you say, I'm going to act on this consistently, make it a habit, make it part of my new normal, retrain those neural pathways, and then you can move on to the next one. So that's a lot of that's a pattern, a piece of a pattern that I use with clients, that I use with group mentoring clients and different settings, and it's powerful. It's really powerful. People get lots of good results, and they move and they make progress. So there you go. I hope you have a fantastic July, and if you want, take a 30-day challenge. Put in the comments what you want to do. Love you guys.